Welcome, friends. My name is Avinash Gorakshakar, and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Corporate Face to Face series. Friends, as all of you are aware, we introduce to you emerging companies from emerging sectors in these episodes, and we make it a point to talk to the promoters and the top managements of such companies so that all of us can get good, valuable information from the top management. And friends, this helps us understand such companies in a better way. We get to know their company's business model, their growth journey, their future growth plans. And friends, today we are going to talk about another interesting company which is going to hit the capital market very soon. The company's name is Suntech Infra Solutions Limited. And I have the privilege and pleasure of having the chairman managing director, Mr. Gaurav Gupta. Gaurav ji, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Sir, it is a pleasure for me to host you. And I'm quite sure that in this small interview, Gaurav ji will be able to understand your company's operations in a much better way.
Thank you, Mr. Avinash. Thank you for having us here.
Yeah.
And thank you for giving us an opportunity to share ourselves with you. Thank you very much.
So,
Ji.
the first elementary question which I was wanting to know, although I've read your company's prospectus presentation, sir, हमारी company का main business क्या है और sir हम कौन से segment में काम करते हैं? And frankly, sir, if you can tell us something about your business journey, how did you start? Is it a first generation business or did your father started and then you took over? Sir, इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
So I'll start in brief अपने बारे में बताने के लिए. So I started my first job with Airtel. I was a telemarketer. I used to do telemarketing where I used to call people and good morning. My name is Gaurav and used to sell internet connections, SIM cards and mobiles. Thereafter, I started transportation business and then packaging. Finally, God has been kind. In 2009, we got the opportunity to start this business. And I'm the first generation entrepreneur. So I started this business.
Okay.
So, yeah. Now coming on to the business model. So our business is heavy asset-based model, first of all. And we are into three verticals. So one, we are into hiring of construction equipments. We buy equipments from the companies in India, outside India, and then we rent it to the companies in India. For example, EPC companies, all the EPC companies like L&T, Reliance, Adani, and all big names. We are into rental of equipments all over India. Second, we are into civil construction work, wherein there are two verticals. One is civil foundation work. We do turnkey foundation contracts. That is also we are working pan-India. And we have started civil structure work also. So basically three verticals we have in this.
So understood. Gaurav, one more thing which I wanted to understand from you is that, sir, it's a really great thing to know that you have progressed significantly in your career. From small beginnings to big kind of sector. So बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है सर कि आपकी मेहनत रंग लाई है. सर मुझे बताइए कि हमारा जो मार्केट है अभी, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द मैक्रो मार्केट अपॉर्चुनिटी. ऑल ऑफ अस नो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन इंडिया इज अ वेरी बिग अपॉर्चुनिटी. गवर्नमेंट भी काफी पैसा लगा रही है. प्राइवेट सेक्टर का भी कैपेक्स में भी पढ़ रहा था कि इट हैज एक्सीडेड गवर्नमेंट कैपेक्स. सर हमारे लिए ये मार्केट कितना बड़ा हो सकता है? हालांकि अभी हम करीबन 9500 करोड़ की टॉप लाइन की कंपनी है. अगले 3-5 साल में सर व्हाट इज द एड्रेसेबल मार्केट यू सी on a very conservative basis, and what is our strategy to actually capitalize this growth over the longer term?
Okay, ji, there is no limit to expand in a conservative way. What we feel or what I feel, seeing the market and seeing the demand, we can grow at a pace of 50% minimum year on year. This is what we foresee by seeing the current demands and big projects coming in India. So that is yeah. So this is minimum what we can see that we should grow by 50% plus.
And I think very nice to hear, गौरव जी. गौरव जी मुझे बताइए सर, अभी जो हमने कहा कि हमारे 3 वर्टिकल है, तो इस 3 वर्टिकल का एक मोटा मोटी मुझे ब्रेकअप मिल सकता है कि कितना रेवेन्यू ने कितना आपको रेवेन्यू कंट्रीब्यूट किया? अप्रोक्सीमेट नंबर अगर आप बता दो. आई थिंक 95 crores for 20 crore. बताइए.
So in rental industry, you can say 20 to 25% is the revenue.
Okay.
Balance we can consider in civil activities, which includes both foundation work and civil structure. So majority is foundation work.
Okay.
And then the civil work. I would also like to share one more thing that आपने last question पूछा था कि which all areas where we work. So we are working for a lot of refineries in India. Majorly, we worked for all the refineries in India, may it be in Vizag or Gujarat or in Assam as well. So we're working for refineries, power plants, cement plants,
Okay.
industrial projects, process plants, petrochemical industries. and for commercial development also. So
So,
yeah, just to complete the question.
yeah. So, Gaurav now one thing which I wanted to understand, see, we operate in very high capital intensive, sectors where quality is very critical. तो सर मुझे बताइए हमारे इंडस्ट्री में कोई प्री क्वालिफिकेशन नॉर्म्स है जहाँ पे आपको ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड करके आपको ये कस्टमर्स मिलते हैं क्योंकि आई वाज रीडिंग योर prospectus, customers like IOC, Ultratech, these are the kind of companies you have been catering to. So sir, any kind of strict pre qualification norms which you have to fulfill and which we are now well qualified?
Pre-qualification norm is the first criteria for bagging any good job. So without pre-qualification, we may not get a job. So pre-qualification is very, very important. In last 15 years, by God's grace, we have been doing decent work in the industry. Now we have reached to that level wherein we qualify for companies like Ultratech. We talk about we working for many MNCs companies.
Yeah.
Italian company called Technimont is there, Toyo Engineering is there, Technip Engineering is there, McDermott, Air Product, these are American companies. So, and we are working in refineries. Refinery, that too in brownfield refinery. Brownfield in the sense कि जहाँ पे already refinery चल रही है, उसमें expansion का काम. So, the quality norms, the safety norms are very, very high.
Exactly.
And God has been kind that we could fulfill all that norms plus the norms of the MNC companies, and that is why we are working for them. So yes, answering to your question, pre-qualification norms are there and they are stringent, and we are just following it and going forward.
ठीक है गौरव जी नाउ टेल मी वन थिंग मोटा मोटी सर हमारा एक्टिव कस्टमर बेस कितना होगा पिछले साल आई थिंक 24 का जो डेटा मेरे पास है तभी रेवेन्यू 95 करोड़ था दिसंबर तक 89 करोड़ था अभी तो मार्च भी खत्म हो चुका है बट सर ब्रॉडली कैन वी से वी गॉट मोर देन से 40-50 customers currently who we cater to?
I think yes, more than that maybe, because rental is also a big business, right? In rental, we are working for many companies.
और सर
And I would rather say that in these last 15 years, I don't think कि ऐसी कोई कंपनी हमने जिसके साथ काम नहीं करा हो. मतलब we have worked for mostly all the EPC companies.
Okay.
Some or the other time. Yes.
Then I think very nice to hear. Sir, typically what could be the order book as of now, which you have disclosed in the prospectus?
The current order book is 160 crore rupees approximately,
Okay.
but that has to be completed in next 3 to 4 months.
Oh.
And yeah. And this is the first quarter. So
Okay.
abhi 3 quarters are left.
Okay.
And we have already bidded for more than 600 crore rupees of job.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay.
And this is the first quarter. I mean to say we book orders every month. Depends on the inquiry from the customer. And our orders are like that. It could be for 4 months order, 6 months order, 9 months order. So currently the order book which we have to complete or what we have got or is there, so we have to complete in next 3-4 months.
Okay. Gaurav, now tell me one thing. Typically, I was just reading that most of our customers are from the private sector. Please correct me if I'm wrong. सर हमारा जो प्राइसिंग होता है ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स के लिए नॉर्मली गवर्नमेंट का तो टेंडर बेस्ड होता है कि आपको टेंडर डालना पड़ता है फिर आपकी ऑर्डर फाइनल होती है इन प्राइवेट सेक्टर सर हाउ इज द ऑर्डर pricing done? Is it based on relationship or the product customization or product में क्या आपको detailing करनी है? Sir, how do we decide the pricing in our kind of contracts when we get a order from let's say XYZ customer? Assuming it's a private sector customer, government का तो tendering होगा, but private के लिए सर किस प्रकार से ये process होता है?
देखिए जी, simple process है. We get the inquiry from the customer. It's an item rate BOQ. And then we quote for the BOQ, we do the site visit, we understand everything from site, and then we do the calculation, and then we quote to the customer with our capabilities and our skills, wherein we excel in, we proud to say that we excel in safety and quality. We have got a lot of awards. So
Okay.
we share all of them with them, and we make them understand that how we can complete their work in time and before time, because in infra time is money.
Correct.
And then it is a table to table negotiation, and then the job is awarded to whoever it is. Yeah.
And typically, Gaurav, when you get the contract finally from the customer, it is awarded to you. So normally time cycle आपने बोला 3 महीना हो सकता है 4 महीना हो सकता है तो normally average time of most of the contracts are about 4 to 6 months, or is it a smaller period also? I mean, I just wanted to know the time cycle from
3 months
awarding
is
to
the
commissioning.
smallest period. Sorry, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I interrupted you. 3 months could be the minimum period, 6 months could be the average period, but
ठीक है.
overall that depends on the quantum of the work. It could go up to 1 year. For example, our single order value is around 120 crores. So
Okay.
that work took 1 year to complete.
Okay.
So
और
it depends, but averagely it is 6 months.
और गौरव जी, जिस प्रकार के प्रोजेक्ट्स हम काम करते हैं, यू सेड पाइलिंग, फाउंडेशन वर्क, सर, इज लेबर अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट फॉर अस? डू यू रिक्वायर अ डिसेंट अमाउंट ऑफ स्किल्ड वर्कफोर्स फॉर आवर जॉब्स व्हाट वी एग्जीक्यूट?
Yes, we need skilled labor for our work. We need equipments, machines, our execution team, supervision team, and laborers. So all three are required for sure.
अच्छा गौरव जी, नाउ जस्ट कमिंग टू योर रेंटिंग बिजनेस, आई वाज जस्ट सेइंग इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग बिजनेस. सर, एक बात बताइए, ये बिजनेस का हमारा स्ट्रेटेजिक इंटेंट क्या है? हम मेन काम तो हमारा ये कंस्ट्रक्शन का कर रहे हैं. आई मीन, रेंटिंग बिजनेस इज आल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट, बट गोइंग फॉरवर्ड इन द नेक्स्ट say 2 to 3 years, what is the kind of strategy you have for this business? Do you think you can scale this business also significantly going ahead?
Dekhi ji, hiring business is our first love because we started the company by doing hiring of construction equipment. And we are very, very clear that both will expand proportionately.
Okay.
So hiring business will also expand maybe in the same ratio of the company's turnover. This is what we foresee.
Okay.
And day in, day out, we look for equipments which are required in the market and we buy and then we put on rental. So we have total different vertical for rental division,
Okay.
which is equally important for us.
Okay. No, no, understood.
It is
Gaurav
not
ji,
going anywhere.
yeah,
We
yeah.
will be expanding the same way. Yeah.
Now, Gaurav
Yeah,
ji,
Avinash.
now just let keep the number aside for some time. I was just seeing the kind of quality of clients you cater. Very strong blue chip customers. सर, बहुत मेहनत लगती है ऐसे कस्टमर्स के वॉलेट शेयर को में एंट्री करना. मुझे बताइए सर, व्हाट इज द वैल्यू एड विच वी गिव टू आवर कस्टमर्स? बिकॉज देयर आर मेनी कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनीज. ऐसा नहीं कि हम अकेले हैं, बट in our perspective, what are we doing differently to add value to the customers? If you could add 2 3 qualitative points for us, which can help us understand you better.
Dekha ji, firstly, we have a mission in the company. So what I have learned during all this time, that context is very important under which we operate. So our first is our context and mindset. We are very, very clear that we strive for the second job. And second job we will get only when our first job is appreciated. So this is following from the top, from me to all my team members. So our every site we work as if it is a model for us, like a sample flat.
Okay.
That is number one. Second, we work with our own equipments. So that is a bigger strength what we have. We can give better numbers in terms of productivity because we have hold on the equipment, we have hold on the operators, we have hold on the breakdown mechanism, how we can repair the equipment fast and get back to work.
Correct.
So third is, as I told you, that we don't just quote for it. We do the site visit and do micro planning with the customer so that we can minimize the idle period for the customer and for us. Because in infra, time is only money. See, what is our USP? We are famous. This is what we feel, and our client says us that we are famous for repeat orders. So mostly our job, for example, we have done 7 projects for L&T back to back in last 2 years.
Okay.
Why they have given us? Because they must have liked us, liked our work and our performance. So we strive for that. We strive for second order. So that is, I think that is the biggest thing. What we think that we have extra than anybody else, that we put our heart and soul for fulfilling the customer's need and demands. Whatever said and done.
I think very nicely mentioned, and sir, it really is quite obvious that because the credibility is there in the business, you get a lot of repeat business orders. So that is definitely very nice. गौरव जी, now let's come to the financials. थोड़ा मोटा मोटी मैं समझ गया सर, नंबर बहुत अच्छे हैं. आपका प्रॉफिट FY24 के लिए मैं देख रहा था, it was about 9.25 crores from 5.75 crores. Top line was 95 crores. Sir, first of all, I want to understand what was the key reason for this jump. In fact, one observation which I had from the prospectus is that we controlled cost quite significantly. Sir, raw material cost तो हमने काफी बचा है. तो सर, इसका कोई स्पेशल वजह थी कि रॉ मटेरियल कॉस्ट आपने कंट्रोल किया, फिर आपका प्रॉफिट भी ऑलमोस्ट 6 करोड़ से ऑलमोस्ट 9.5 करोड़ हो गया, टॉप लाइन करीबन 12% बढ़ी. तो सर, व्हाट वाज द की रीजंस फॉर सच अ सॉलिड परफॉर्मेंस?
So there are 2-3 reasons, Avinash ji. number one, as we said that we have qualified for doing some special works, being our credentials. So there we can demand higher margins. That is number one. Number two, we have started working with material, wherein steel and concrete is in our scope.
Correct.
So when we provide that, we have margins in that also. Number
Okay.
two. Third, we do micro planning when we are buying the raw material. For example, if we are buying steel, then we just do all the R&D that what size of steel we can bring in, wherein we can save on the wastage part.
Okay.
So it is mix and match.
Hmm.
Fourth, we are using our own batching plants also at sites. Rather than buying concrete from outside,
Okay.
we have our own batching plant where we produce the concrete.
Okay.
So, and fifth, we are working with our own equipments, and I think we have a special task force wherein equipment breakdown is a big area for us, wherein our entire focus is on that. Because if the equipments will work, then site will work.
Okay. No, no, understood.
जी.
सर अभी FY25 का तो साल खत्म हो चुका है, बट वॉट एवर डेटा पॉइंट्स वी हैव गॉट, दैट इज दिसंबर, आई थिंक वी हैव डन अ मच बेटर परफॉर्मेंस, ऑलमोस्ट 10.2 crores का पैट आ गया है. सर
जी.
वॉट एवर यू कैन शेयर, कैन वी कम टू नो व्हाट इज द फुल ईयर परफॉर्मेंस, बिकॉज अभी तो हम जून में चल रहे हैं. सर मोटा मोटी कितना रेवेन्यू हो गया है, प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स कितना हो गया, इफ यू कैन शेयर फॉर अस.
So I can give you a small idea. We have done 60% more than the last year.
Okay.
So you can make a fair idea in
Okay.
terms of PAT as well as in terms of top line
Okay.
and bottom line.
ठीक है. Gaurav, one small question without, of course, giving a forecast. Sir, we have done such a good performance in FY25. Sir, looking at the kind of opportunity and the signal which you're getting from the market, sir, can we expect that FY26 also will be a reasonably good year or better year according to you?
Definitely, Yazid. That is the whole reason of coming up for the IPO, because I see whatever percentage market share we are using from every customer is not more than 5%.
Okay.
Example, we are working for L&T, we may be doing 1 or 2% of their work. So we were limited because of our own reservation in resources or limitation in resources. Now, working capital strength will improve, plus our equipment base will improve. When IPO will be coming in, that will definitely add up more value to the customer. A small tweak can multiply the market share with the same customer.
Okay.
So these are the hanging fruits, I will say, rather.
Okay. Okay.
So customer is willing to give us the work. We were not taking the work because we want to take the work which we can execute.
Okay.
We have the backup for that. So a small tweak can change the entire game.
Sir, I think very nice to know, Gaurav. Gaurav, now we
Ji.
come to the most important questions, is that about the company's IPO. We are going public. So, sir, if you can tell us what is the capital which you are planning to raise from the markets, and what is the main objective of these funds?
See, capital what we are planning to raise is approximately around 45 crore rupees. And that will be divided into equipment purchase as well as working capital. We'll be needing working capital to expand.
Okay.
And we will also going to diversify into 1 or 2 more services to the same customer, basically. So, for example, we are providing them 3 services. We are planning and working on 1 or 2 services which we want to add.
Okay.
For vertical. So, single window for more services to the same customer.
Okay.
Customer
And
basis same.
hopefully, Gaurav, these new services will be starting off in FY26. Can we see some revenue contribution from these new services?
We are very, very hopeful. We are on the last edge of it.
Okay. Right. Sir, now let's come to the working capital side of the business. You said, this business requires a lot of working capital. And I was seeing your working capital cycle. Sir, आपने खुद पे तो काफी अच्छी मेहनत की है, लेकिन up till now what was happening, please correct me if I'm wrong, कि सर काफी पैसा हमारा डेटर्स में अटकता था, करीबन 40% हमारा डेटर में था. तो ये पब्लिक इशू आने के बाद, can you say that our working capital cycle will be slightly smoother, and typically what's the broad working capital cycle in our business?
See, basically, I'll give you a small example for any site or any customer. So our billing cycle is 30 to 45 days. Whatever work we do in a month or month 10 days, we bill it. Customer take around 20, 25, 30 days to review and certify the bill. and then payment will take another 25-30 days. So basically, it is a 90-day cycle, you can say.
Oh, okay.
So that is the limitation what we were having in our working capital, and why there was a limitation or cap on not expanding. That is because working capital was one of the issues which IPO coming in will help us in that, and taking big jobs and serving the customer.
नहीं, ठीक है. I think so. Hopefully, I can reasonably assume that more working capital comes, it will give you better leverage to expand your business as well as to reduce the working capital pressure, right?
100%.
अभी गौरव जी एक सवाल है जो आई मीन वी मीट लॉट ऑफ ईपीसी कंपनी सो इट इज अ वेरी नॉर्मल थिंग. सर देयर आर लॉट ऑफ लिटिगेशन केसेस. मैं देख रहा था कि आपने भी कोई केसेस फाइल किए हैं, हमारे ऊपर भी केसेस फाइल हुए. तो सर व्हाट इज द रियल रीजन फॉर दिस केसेस? आई मीन इज इट लाइक दिस इज अ नॉर्मल पार्ट ऑफ दिस इंडस्ट्री? क्योंकि ईपीसी कंपनी में तो हम लोग यहाँ पे भी मिलते हैं, ये तो रेगुलर प्रोसेस है, ये तो कोई नई बात नहीं है. तो हमारे इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी वो क्या इज इट अ रेगुलर फीचर?
Sir, it is a regular feature of the industry, but I will just clear the air. जो हमारे ऊपर केसेस हो रखे हैं 2-3, उसकी टोटल वैल्यू ही 15 लाख रुपए है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल.
बिल्कुल
एंड
बिल्कुल.
दैट इज इन दी सम डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन इन दी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट.
हाँ
सो
एग्जैक्टली.
उसकी टोटल वैल्यू 15 लाख रुपए है,
ओके.
which is negligible.
तो
Second, we have done some filed some cases against some of the companies, those who are not paying or have not paid earlier on time.
या
And we think that we are good in documentation as well. So cases are getting solved also with time. We are just willing that we should solve and move ahead.
तो
So it is a time-taking job, but yes, obviously in infra, if somebody is not paying us,
या
so we have no other option to do. We cannot fight. We can just
या
file a legal case and
एग्जैक्टली.
work towards it. But let me tell you, yeah. So this is where we are.
Yeah. Hey, but I think very nicely cleared by you because this is one point where the market would also like a lot of clarity from your side. Sir,
जी.
अभी एक important सवाल जो profitability का रह गया मेरे साइड से. Sir, we are finding that you are one of those unique companies जहाँ पे EBITDA margin बहुत अच्छा है. It's very difficult to get margins from such large players, like IOC or Ultratech. Sir, tell me one thing. Going forward, do you feel confident that ये margins हम sustain कर पाएंगे? क्योंकि ये margins देखने के बाद तो सर लगता है कि इट इज अ वेरी वेरी प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस व्हाट यू डू इन द सिविल कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड द फाइलिंग काइंड ऑफ जॉब. सो सर इसका मेन रीजन क्या है? इज इट बिकॉज योर सर्विसेज आर कस्टमाइज्ड और मे बी यू गिव स्लाइटली हायर एंड काइंड ऑफ सर्विस टू द कस्टमर सो द कस्टमर इज विलिंग टू पे फॉर दैट क्वालिटी एंड दैट कमिटमेंट व्हिच यू प्रोवाइड? सर ऐसा क्या रीजन है? क्योंकि बाकी सारे कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनीज में तो हमने इतने मार्जिन देखे ही नहीं है.
जी. सो देखिए, 4-5 रीजंस हैं, मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया था. आई स्टिल अगेन रीफ्रेज इट. One, we do micro planning about any project. We are using our own equipment, which is giving us a lot of edge over anybody else. Third, with time we have qualified and people have understood that if we are doing the job, then the job will be completed on time. And in
करेक्ट.
infrastructure, time is money. If we
एग्जैक्टली.
are completing job in time, we are earning whatever we have thought of or on
करेक्ट.
papers. And same with the customer. So our main motive is to complete the job before time, whatever said and done. That has given us an edge. Our own equipments have given us an edge. Our qualification criteria, which is improving on yearly basis, on the
ओके.
basis of what we are doing, that has given us an edge.
ओके.
Secondly, we are very, very open to share our contact details of our previous customers to the new customers, that they can openly talk to anybody and talk about us.
ओके.
See, the customer gets confidence. It is not about just giving a job to anybody. The main reason is that job should be completed. So we portray ourselves, and who we are is somebody who is dependable. Company can depend on us. So that is one of the reasons, and our main and major focus is to complete the work within time. See, in infra, secondly, bottom line is very important for us. Top line add करनी होती तो I could have done it maybe 5 years back,
करेक्ट.
maybe 5 times. There are so many inquiries coming. आओ सारे job को okay कर दो, you'll get all the orders.
बिल्कुल.
So we quote with open mind, open eyes, and just see that how much margins we can get and how much we can deliver.
Cool.
So we are conscious about our bottom line. It is not just taking the orders.
Well, I think very nicely mentioned by you, Goroji. गौरव जी और एक बात थी इन द कैश फ्लो फॉर द लास्ट 3-4 years आई वाज ऑब्जर्विंग कि हमने काफी पैसा कैपेक्स में डाला है यानी 25 करोड़ 27 करोड़ आई वाज जस्ट सीइंग दोस नंबर्स सर कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट दैट एवरी ईयर ऑन एन एवरेज 20-25 crores will be the moderate capex from our side?
Maybe more. See, our business, our strength is capex. I
Okay.
will say we're heavy asset-based company. Equipments
Correct.
is our wealth, is the wealth
Exactly.
of the company. So
अच्छा
how
अच्छा.
we say, how we portray, when we are making our mission and vision statement, equipment is our wealth, team is our asset.
Okay.
We work on that model.
Okay.
I would like to mention proudly that whoever has joined us, 99% people are still working with us.
Okay.
Since last 15 years, my EAs joined me in 2009. She's there. My first machine operator who joined me in 2009 is still there. My accounts team. So team is intact. People are joining. 99% people are with us. So
Okay.
that is our asset.
I think very nice to
That is
know.
our strength as well. जी,
I think बहुत अच्छा लगा गौरव जी.
जी.
Last question, Gaurav ji, for today. Sir, we have seen COVID and now, by God's grace, business has picked up, everything has become normal. Sir, in our business, sir, what is the most important risk? हमारे धंधे में सबसे बड़ा risk क्या है? Is it execution or is it good people? As you rightly said, you have to nurture good people, good teams. Sir, how have you managed to, of course, keep this optimum level of, smooth working in the company by managing, all the risks in this business?
The risk what we find or we found until now is the extended monsoon period.
Uh,
In our business, monsoon is our enemy. It is important for the country, important for people, important for everything. But just I am sharing, uh, wherever there is monsoons or heavy monsoons, so our work gets stalled. So
okay,
performance dips during that time.
okay,
So we are finding different ways. We are doing pre management of that area side by making small drainage systems and all. So we are also growing and upgrading that how we can minimize the impact of monsoons. But yes, one thing is monsoons, what I see,
so
which is the
बेसिकली सर ये मानसून का फैक्टर छोड़ा तो रनवे काफी बड़ा है. इट मींस दैट इज व्हाट यू आर इंडिकेटिंग, राइट?
क्या है जी, people say Everest, I say Neverest. Neverest is always you are arriving. So I think like that. It is an Everest as the limit. We have to do good work for the industry, but seeing the bottom line also, not just the top line. So I'm very clear on this, that what is important. So because it is my moral responsibility towards my customers, towards my team, that we need to do a good work. People should say कि यार काम अच्छा करके गया है. So this is what we are building on as a company.
सर आई थिंक वेरी नाइस टू टॉक टू यू गौरव जी. प्लीज एक्सेप्ट माय बेस्ट विशेस सर, आपको आपकी पूरी मैनेजमेंट टीम को, और सर पब्लिक इशू के लिए भी बहुत बहुत बेस्ट विशेस. बहुत धन्यवाद.
Shukriya, Avinash ji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Looking forward. Bye bye.